Hey DSA, how are you? This is Jim Elliott here, Corporate Senior Vice President of Memory Sales and Marketing. We're here at our beautiful DSA headquarters in San Jose, California, and it is my great pleasure to welcome our new president, Jae Jeong. So Jae, nice to have you here on the show, so to speak, and welcome to DSA.
Hi, Jim. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
So Jae, I think a lot of our fans at DSA are very excited to meet you and to hear more about you. So I think I'll ask you a couple questions. I'm going to start with a really easy one.
Okay.
So today here in California, the weather's about 66 degrees and sunny. Back in Seoul, it's supposed to be about 29 degrees with light snow. Do you have a preference on the weather, first of all?
So I used to live in California, in LA, so I've been missing this weather.
Okay.
Air quality is way better than Korea, sorry to say, but yeah, I miss the Californian weather.
All right, well, welcome back. You're
Right,
back in
thank
your
you.
element. And I also understand you have two kids who are living in the United States. So are they happy to have you much closer here to them?
Yeah, so when I moved back to Korea, like 9 years ago, I had to ask their permission to come here.
Oh, I see.
come to Korea.
I see.
But this time, I didn't ask any
Okay,
permission.
so you just arrived, and they're
Right.
okay with that.
Right. So one is both are in college.
Okay.
So one is studying in Pennsylvania, and the other one is across the Bay Bridge. So it's very convenient to meet him. So very
And
nice.
so is that
I'm so happy.
in Berkeley?
Yeah.
He's at Berkeley.
Yeah.
So very close.
Yes.
So I'm sure he's very excited.
I'm not so sure, but
Okay, we'll
but
see then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Jay, a little bit turning the conversation to you. What was your first job in the tech industry?
Oh, so when I was in university, in junior year, I had like a summer job that was programming basic using Apple computer.
On an Apple,
Yeah.
basic computer language.
Basic,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then with that earned money, I bought a classical guitar.
Okay.
I'm still playing
Oh, wow.
that, and it sounds great.
A Renaissance man then.
And then after that, after getting a bachelor, I joined at that time Samsung Semiconductor and Telecommunication Company.
Okay.
Later, it became Samsung Electronics, but I was working as a hardware engineer. The project I was mostly working on was a Unix-based workstation,
I see.
right?
Well, very interesting. And then I understand after that, you actually worked in the U.S. for a time for a couple of
Right.
American companies. I think
Yeah.
maybe the DSA folks would like to hear about your experience there.
Right. So I quit Samsung and came to study here. And after getting PhD, I went to IBM in Beaverton, nearby Portland in Oregon. And and then I relocated to Raleigh, North Carolina, still IBM. And then I joined Intel back to in Oregon.
Back to Portland, yes.
Right. Then I rejoined Samsung.
Okay, so East Coast, West Coast, and now
Right.
California. So any
Right.
preference on the East Coast or West Coast?
I enjoyed a lot in every cities.
Okay,
Right.
okay. So you've
Yeah.
lived in many cities in the United States then.
Right,
Well,
right.
good, good.
Yeah.
So I think turning the conversation to some more recent experience, most recently you were very involved in the NAND and SSD solution
Right.
business. So
Right.
now that you're here in the Bay Area as head of DSA, we have many customers obviously that we can work
Right.
with our NAND
Right.
solution. So you must be very excited to apply your NAND and SSD solution knowledge to the customer base here at DSA.
Right. So I'm so proud of myself and my team to accomplish what we have so far in terms of SSD. I mean, you know very well, right? Because you had a keynote together, right?
Yes,
The
at
Flash Memory
FMS.
Summit. And then we got many awards that we are the leader in SSD solution business. It was done with a close relationship with customers. So we spend a lot of time to talking to customer, find out what kind of their demands are, and we did it. We are the very first one came up with NVMe solutions, PCI solutions, and at that time, whatever we came up with, they are willing to adopt it.
Right.
Now it becomes very commodity products, right? So it becomes more challenging, and then we have more work to do, finding out more about what customers are wanting. So that's very challenging, and then DSA has to play real big role in that regard.
Well, good. So I
Yeah.
think you're in the perfect place then to
Yes.
to utilize your
Yeah.
prior experience.
Yep.
I think Jay, one of the neat things about your new role too as head of DSA president is all the different product lines as well.
Right.
So I think from that standpoint, you're going to be able to expand your horizons into foundry, system LSI, display, and LED business. So I think, are you excited about trying those?
Yeah, I'm
those
super
new
excited
areas?
about that. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Yeah. The thing is, we are the only company, has all kinds of products, right? The leading products. Now, the thing is how we collaborate and then present as like a unified solution, things like that. So that's one of the, again, our mission to be done as at the front end of meeting customers. Right?
That's right, and I think nobody has the same product breadth that Samsung does, so that's going to be a big differentiator for us.
Yes.
Okay, good. I think now thinking about there's lots of pioneering customers here in the United States that are really pushing boundaries in things like data center and 5G, AI, autonomous driving, things like that. Any of those different vertical areas that you're the most excited about from an innovation standpoint?
I cannot pick specific topics here because every sector has a great potential. So I'm not the fortune teller, but looking back, last decade, how much the change we have made, right? The industry has made. So thinking of that, what comes next is beyond our limitation. Imagination. I'm sorry.
Well, the good news is we have products to address all those markets too.
Right. So I think we have a great potential. I would say only the sky is our limit.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So I think how can, if DSA has this great product breadth, I think there's a lot of things we can potentially do to accelerate some of these trends, maybe by working more closely with customers or linking some of the R&D activities with headquarters. Any thoughts on how we can sort of accelerate some of these trends?
So, my thinking about my role, new assignment, I think the reason I'm being here is trying to connect customers, our customer, and the R&D centers and manufacturing in our facilities, right? Our headquarters in Korea. So basically trying to connect between customers through DSA, right? That's
so this is the sweet spot then for the customer and technology and all that innovation and R&D. So good.
Yeah, we are at the center of the world's leading technologies and great companies around us, right? So.
Perfect, right here in the zone. So speaking of the zone, so Silicon Valley is known as the heart of the tech world. So speaking of technology, what is the most recent tech gadget that you've acquired in the last year or so that really impressed you?
So I like wines. Each bottle has unique life. It contains, life. Has some from some location, vintage, things like that. So I love, the wine, and then every time I come here, I'm trying to buy some good wines, and I visited some shop, and I found some interesting gadget that is a portable wine dispenser. Right?
Okay.
So it has a small needle, and then, when you press, the argon gas goes into the bottle, and then it dispenses that amount of, wine, so that you can taste, all kinds of, wines.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Great. Yeah, I think we were thinking about a foldable phone or a tablet or something like that. But wow, a wine dispenser.
Right.
Who knew?
Wine dispenser, and then there's two versions, right? One with just normal, and then one with Bluetooth and so on. So I was so impressed. I didn't buy that one.
I see.
But I plan to buy, and what can he do it for me?
I see.
So the thing is, there are all kinds of ideas that connects the concept to the device through this IT technology.
The technology, right?
Right. So this is just not the Bluetooth. You gotta use data center, things like that to implement, those nice ideas.
Right.
So there's some example, right? Not just I mean, how people utilize these technology, right? So that's a very interesting thing I would like to see,
All right.
explore, right?
I'm thinking maybe for the next raffle item at an all-company event, we might have to showcase one of these so we can see it
Right.
in person. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to get some easy questions now for you because I think the employees want to know a little bit more about you. So we had a tailgate party here last week for the Super Bowl, and we saw you could throw a football quite well. So are there any other hobbies or sports that you like to participate in?
I like sports basically. So
Okay.
I'm not the real player, but I kind of so far the thing I like is skiing
Okay.
and
Snow skiing.
Snow skiing, yeah, and I like golf, and yeah. So I mean,
When you're not playing classical guitar, you can snow ski and golf as
yeah,
well.
I used to play
Okay.
tennis regularly,
tennis.
but yeah.
Okay.
So I want to
Okay.
resume that here.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Up on the floor
I
or the
have a-
top of the parking garage, right?
Right, I want to see that too.
Okay. And then how about when you like to relax or go on vacation? Maybe now that you're here with your family in the U.S., do you have a favorite vacation spot you guys like to go to?
So when I was in the States, I went to many places, usual places with my kids, right? But they don't remember anymore.
Oh, okay.
I need
You
to
can
go
remind
to,
them again.
Right,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need to go to Maui and other famous locations when
Okay.
time allows.
Okay, good.
And my anniversary will be coming, 25th anniversary.
25th,
right.
wow, 25 years.
Right, so I'll be visiting. My favorite spot would be Europe. So I
Okay.
want to follow that, how the culture has been evolved, right? From Greece to Roma to Europe.
Okay.
So I want to follow that, those history.
Very ambitious, because the bar is high for 25 years, Jay. So that's good. You're
right.
planning in advance is good.
Yep.
So how about let's talk about karaoke for a minute. Do you have? I have a go-to song when I have to do karaoke in Korea.
Yeah.
Do you have a go-to song or a favorite song that you like to?
I was part of a Glee club
Okay.
at the university. So
Oh, Glee Club. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
So karaoke kind of songs doesn't match with me, but I play a little bit of piano and then sing by myself.
Okay.
That's my one of favorite things
Okay.
at home.
All right, a couple hidden talents then. I see. All right, that's acceptable
Right.
answer. So now I'll give you an opportunity to make some final comments about your role in DSA. But before that, we're going to do a quick what we call a lightning round. So this I'll just give you A or B.
Okay.
And then you can answer just whichever one comes to the top of your mind first. There's no right or wrong answer, but this
Okay.
is meant to be sort of spontaneous. So, for example, Coke or Pepsi?
Sparkling water.
Sparkling water. Okay, we're going with C, none of the above.
Okay.
Sparkling water. How about Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Meat or vegetables?
Vegetables.
Vegetables. All right. What's your favorite pet?
Dog.
A dog. Okay, we have a dog. Smartphone or laptop? You a smartphone
Laptop.
guy? Laptop. Okay, so better to type with then, right? K-pop or hip hop?
None.
None. Okay. See, I was thinking K-pop, but maybe it's classical or something like that, given your experience there. Baseball or basketball?
Baseball.
Okay. And then last question is your all-time favorite movie?
Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music. Wow, very cosmopolitan. So Jay, once again, welcome to
Yeah.
DSA as our new president. We're so excited to have you here. And before we close, I would like to just give you the opportunity to make any final closing comments to DSA as you begin your new journey.
Right. So I'm super excited to be here. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. And I really love the taglines, collaborate, innovate, grow. And I will do my best to make that happen. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jay. And thank you, DSA, for watching our first show. And Jay, thanks for coming on and being such a good sport.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Hey.